Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering Start Online Alicization, the third season of the epic anime. We don't care what anyone says!
Absolutely. And for this season, our KIrito is forced back into the virtual world where he reunites with his old friends from the Underworld, and while there he uncovers the dark secret behind this world.
Yes. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and notification when they updates of future podcasts and all the pause videos.
And more Sword Art Online, the movie, and the season 4.
Yes. Now, originally, this was supposed to be all one, but then we saw that Alicization and War of the Underworld were two separate seasons, so we had to divide it and make sure we didn't have, it felt like one big arc, honestly, but they count as two other seasons, so we have to portray this as two other seasons as well.
So I think I'm calling it season 3.
Yeah, it is. That's how they list it on. Yeah, that's how they list it. So for here, we have sort of different take. With season 1, you had them being stuck in the game. Season 2, you had someone running another game and infiltrating it. This season, you had a whole new project. And this one builds more of a mystery on what this place is. You know it's virtual, but when you get there, it doesn't seem virtual.
Right.
Things don't really come up on command. But when they have it, it's sort of like, oh, this is just what they do. This is how they do their magic. The calls and the orders are just magic to them, so it's nothing out of place.
Right.
But things that you would do for a game to get in and out or to do basic things don't come up. They just treat it as magic spells and things. And for the KIrito, you're thinking, okay, it's finally over after season 2 was a roller coaster ride. Season 3 issue with a second roller coaster ride. Like first or episode in, he's forced into the virtual world to save his life.
Yes. And we were like, oh no! We were really on edge for this one.
Right.
And of course, we knew it was gonna be a good ending because of, we shouldn't say spoilers because this aired quite a while ago.
Yeah.
But still, just seeing and experiencing it was like nail biting, cheering, gripping.
You're right. And even at the end of the season, it was on the same thing because you're thinking one thing happens and then another thing leading to season 4. And when we're researching this season, to find out, what places took in, we found out, of course, people had an issue with it, saying it was even more boring than the other two. And it's like, how boring can you get when you're in a virtual world, you don't know how it works? You got this guy fighting for his life in this world, he doesn't know how it works, with two people he forgot exist, and it's just so much story here. I can't see how this stuff is boring.
Okay, so you have to remember this third season had multiple parts.
Mm-hmm.
So the first part that we come into, he's catatonic, and he doesn't have an arm.
Oh no, that's for part 4. For War of the Underworld, we were thinking this was all one.
Oh, so we can't. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. We thought
laughing.
We thought it was all season 3 until we saw on Toonami season 4. So they call the war part season 4, and this whole thing of Alicization season 3.
Okay.
And we see that this is a project that has been done in secret, where they want to raise people in the virtual world by using what they call Fluck-like, or their consciousness. And they raise them in there, and they're literally living and being raised in the virtual world and don't know they're virtual.
Right.
And then they want to bring them out and have like the first AI, and then be treated like humans. So it's a really strange thing they got going on, which isn't really far-fetched now.
So we get to mention Blonde KIrito, because that's what I'm calling him.
Yes, yeah, he looks a lot like him.
He looks exactly like KIrito, except for his eye color and hair color is different.
Yeah.
They're like mirror images, except for he's like, KIrito's the negative and he's the positive.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it looks like.
Right.
So.
And then as it goes on, they're trying to find the friend Alice, which probably was their friend when they were little, and you don't know what happens to her until later on.
Right.
And as it goes on, you have to get used to this world he's in. They kind of go back and forth between Asuna, watching over KIrito and find out what this project is, and then you have KIrito in this world figuring out how to get out of it and how to help them, because they have an instance where people are breaking free from the coding or rules they set, and it has a massive influence on them.
And you're also beginning to think that some of these people that are over this project are pretty evil.
Yes,
and that's
because
that's the impression that you're being given.
right, and especially when they give these certain rules they have for the people there, whether they come up with it or the people that make the world, they're pretty aggressive. They basically is close to having them almost like the Purge. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, they establish their own rules and everything, but with the rules they establish for these schools and things and for the people in charge, it gets a little uncomfortable with how far it goes. I mean, it's given the point that these are not good people at all. They're taking advantage, and they aren't going to get redemption in any means necessary. And you kind of wonder, because these people are in place, kind of makes you think, what's with the people that made it, that they allowed it to happen, and it's okay for them to do it, and they have a right to do it. We can't get into detail because of what happens, but if you watch the season on Netflix or Toonami, it gets slightly graphic, and it's just like almost appalling that these people are fine with it, and it's supposed to be allowed. It's
right.
just stunned at how crazy that these people get when they make these universes. And like they're really making their own rules, and it shows how far people will go to get what they want or what they want to do to others or for themselves.
And if you haven't seen it, it is available on Netflix.
Yes.
All the seasons are available except for Underworld.
Yes.
4 is not there yet, and the movie's not there.
Right.
But all the other seasons are. So if you've never seen it, great time to get on Netflix and watch it. And if you have seen 1 and 2 but not 3, it's still available there for you to watch.
Right. And then you have this thing with what they call the administrator, which you don't see until like near the end, and they finally do a reveal, and yeah, she's not nice at all. Just say that. It's like, oh my gosh, because
she's self-absorbed, selfish, jealous, and also.
Yeah. And one thing we'll point out for Sword Art Online is that all the villains are villains.
Definitely.
No one has like this sort of, hey, they're not as bad as they seem, they could be redeemed, they have a chance to turn around. No. Every villain that's been established for each season, they're all crazy, all wicked, no turning back. They want to do this stuff freely. They are crazy as heck. They are the villains.
And no chance in hell for redemption.
Right. And there's no crushing on the villains or liking the villains or nothing. None of it. They make sure there is none of that stuff going on. If you do not like these characters because they're villains, and they give you apt reasons not to. Because I can't imagine anybody liking any of these people for all the things they've done to other people.
Now, I do like that in this version, even though Asuna wasn't there, they gave KIrito friends.
Yeah.
And he forged some bonds that he took really seriously all the way through the end of the complete series. And he later on was really missing them because he had forged such bonds.
Right.
And I do like that you not only saw character development, but you also saw him get stronger in here. And, you know, just true KIrito style, he helps other characters to be better and get stronger as well.
Right.
And he's invested in helping them learn to do things. And it's just him.
Right.
You know? That's what you
Right. And they even have points in here where he's dealing with characters that come up for season 4. Like they have one that's a knight, and you know it's a woman already before it even does the reveal. And they kind of show up in here where they actually flipped. They subverts the trope where, okay, well, she has this thing where she wants to prove she can defeat a man in battle, and becomes pretty much her whole personality or character, something she has to prove because she's a woman, she can beat this. And KIrito tells her, you know, I'm not gonna go easy on you because you're a woman. I think you're an excellent fighter, not just because you're a woman. You're a great fighter. And they kind of subverts it by not having to go into this arc where, she can't find a strong opponent, a guy, or the guys don't want her to fight because she's a woman. They don't go into that. KIrito treats her as a fighter regardless of anything, and he tells it to her face, it's not because you're a woman, it's because you're a great fighter, and that's it. It never goes into this whole thing that other shows do, which is really a breath of fresh air because of how much it is hammered in everything you watch. So in here, for it to just say, hey, you're a great fighter, I respect you as an opponent, not because of this, that, and the other, but because of your skill,
Right.
was really great to see. And to not have some ulterior motive in there, or her saying, "Oh, that doesn't matter. This, that, it doesn't go anywhere like that." And you see the people he made impact on for that, and how he treats them, and the whole time he doesn't treat them nastily whatsoever. And in return of that, and showing the kindness, they end up helping them when it gets to season 4.
Definitely. So, this was a really exciting, dramatic, powerful, of course, fantasy-filled season. We did miss, the interaction between he and Austin, and we did miss that.
And you didn't have a Miss KIrito thing because they didn't go to Gungale.
Unfortunately. But you did see that, she loves him, and she was trying to get to the bottom of everything. She wasn't leaving him, unattended. She really wanted to know what was going on, and she was going to do whatever she had to do to find out. And that he was missing her as well. So it was wonderful. Dynamic was there.
Right.
So, again, if you've seen season 3 of Sword Art Online, let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't, it's available on Netflix to watch. And if you are a hater and you decide you want to leave a comment, just know that we're going to just delete it. So don't waste your time.
Right. And be sure to like, subscribe, and notifications for updates and future podcasts and more to pause videos.
And season 4 Underworld.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Oscar Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting flashing lights, trying to walk around, man. Who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams. She was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the